at any rate, and my daughter Christina, she's the fourth. Yes, she's 24 and she's just finishing her second year as an RN, and she went to school in DC at Catholic University of America, and she is contemplating either being a nurse practitioner, cardiology, or I think she wants maybe nurse anesthesiology. So if anybody has anything, input on that, you can just drop it in the chat and I'll pass that on. So at any rate, thank you for having me. I do have a lot of gifts and I praise God for all of them. I don't take credit for any of them, but one of them is not this tech savvy stuff. So bear with me, you guys. And I promise I've had great tutoring from your colleagues before you all joined us. And I, oh boy. Guys, from the beginning. Yay.
Got it. Yay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jenny, it's very nice to have a face to go with your name, to go with your texting handle. Thank you, all of you, for having me here, and thank you for spending your afternoon with me. So, as Dr. Hooper said, I was a chemist for about 10 years, loved what I did. I practiced in New Jersey at J.T. Baker Chemical. I noticed from some of the addresses that we had someone from Ohio, and I thought someone else from the Northeast. I am currently north of Atlanta, and I've been a chiropractor. I came back to school when I was almost 30 years old because I had had a series of injuries, both as an athlete, auto accidents, and then working as a chemist. I injured my back in the lab. So I love being a chiropractor. My second child was born 1 month shy of age 41. And he just is a blessing. DJ is, yeah, he's an Eagle Scout. He is the child that they told me would never survive past 19 weeks in utero. And then when he did survive, they told me he would never ambulate safely in his own environment, and he probably would never walk. Would never talk. So a lot of what I do, everything that I do, is because God taps me on the shoulder or just whispers in my ear. I get that God moment to try this. And I've used essential oils and incense since my hippie days in the 80s, but I have exclusively turned to something called doTERRA essential oils. And hopefully at the end of this presentation, you will understand why. I am going to ask Dr. Hooper. She's going to manage. Hey there, Ashley, look at that beautiful smile. I have to welcome this pretty girl. She is a brand new mom, totally shiny object moment here, but congratulations, new mom in the house. Ashley is a PA, and we've worked together off and on over the years. So welcome. Thank you for joining us. She is going to drop in her testimony. Does the baby need to nap? Is this feeding time? Do you want to say hello and give us, okay, so that you might, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so
we're good. Dad has an eye on the baby, and he's sleeping at the moment. So we're taking advantage of this.
Oh.
Yes, excited to be there, and good to see you too. Yes, we met, Dr. Christine and I met 4 years ago or so working in a medical practice, and she just has a heart of gold and such a passion for helping people to heal. So this is just wonderful to be here. But yeah, I've been using essential oils for probably 6 years, and always doTERRA. And there's just so many uses both in and out of practice, digestion and hormone balance and some pain, even cleaning around the house, non-toxic products. So I've just loved it. And there's so much more to learn. I'm not an expert. So I'm really excited to learn what Dr. Christine has to share with us today.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank
All
you.
right. So essential oils made easy. I want you guys, if you did receive your welcome package, if you could get that on hand, because we're going to have an oil experience together. And if anybody else already has doTERRA essential oils in their home, by all means, go grab a bottle. I encourage you to have a pen and paper because you might want to take a few notes. All right. So let's see if I can make this happen. So I'm really excited. I just want to make, this is my disclaimer. So now remember, I usually present this to non-medicals, and we may even have a few non-medicals on here with us. So I am not an expert. I think there's just always more to learn. But I just want to make sure that this presentation is for informational purposes only. I in no way intend to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. The products discussed in this presentation are not FDA approved. And by all means, always consult with your physician or your personalized professional. Get advice from someone that's been taking care of you before making any medical changes. We're only here to provide education services, and I am not your personal doctor. And I thank you for that. So if you do have a piece of paper and a pen, I want you to jot down 3 of your top healthcare concerns. 3 things that you personally, I think we have all females on here, yes? I tend to find that most of my patients are women and children, and I really do enjoy specializing, let me turn this, with children that have, and families that have special children or special young adults in them. I really do feel that we just give and give and give. We as the primary healthcare providers in our home, and then add to that, we're healthcare providers for other families. We give and give and give. And I don't know everybody that's on here, but I am probably the oldest. I am gonna be 59 years old this year. And after a lot of injuries and a lot of traumas, one of them being a head-on collision on I-75, should really have not, survived that, but adrenal fatigue hits, and it hits hard, and it's a slow slide. And I just want to encourage everybody, while I'm talking about this, I know you may think of other people that you know and love and that you care for, especially your children or your significant other, or your husband or wife. But I really want you to try to I want you to focus on you, okay? So if you could just jot down 3 top health concerns. The goal of this class is to empower you. I want you guys to understand the value of what we provide. And I want you to understand that there's 3 cool things about the oils, 3 ways to use the oils, and how to get oils in your home. And if I accomplish that, then I will be successful today. So I'm going to consolidate this, guys, because it's normally a 1-hour presentation, and I decided that we want to make it as brief as possible so that we can have some time for Q&A. And then if there's time after that, I would love to hold your hand and take you onto my website, and I would like to show you some of the products that we have available that are tailored for children, okay? Really cool stuff. So there are 3 cool things about essential oils. They're safe, they're effective, and Miss Peyroux, welcome, another retired RN. You have to put yourself on mute, beautiful lady.
I don't know how to do that.
Mrs. Peyroux and my mother go all the way back before nursing school. How cool is that? There's 3 cool things to use that you need to know about essential oils. They are safe, they are effective, and they are affordable. So they are safe. When properly used, there are very few side effects. They're just basically side benefits. And again, I am only speaking to doTERRA essential oils, that specific brand, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So these are extracts from plants with amazing health benefits. They're 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbal remedies. I personally used to use a lot of herbs, and I can't believe the difference in the efficacy. These are just so much more potent. These are what we call certified pure therapeutic grade, and we've actually changed that a little bit. The FDA wasn't liking the fact that we were using the word therapeutic, so they're certified pure tested. They have over 55 tests run on every single product. That is near and dear to my heart. Every one of our products on the bottom has what's called a lot number and expire date. I know you can't see this, but this is where you would find it. And you can take those pieces of information, the lot number and the expiration date, and you can go to a third-party company called Source2You, and you can type in that information, and you will pull up all 55 different tests that have been run on that specific lot. As a chemist, I am thrilled about that, because that's what I used to do. GC mass spec, liquid chromatography, specific rotation. I used to pack the columns for all these labs that are doing this testing. So that's amazing to me. I plug in data from a lot of different companies. There's 5 top essential oil companies that I think have some reputable facts, details. Not one of them provides the clean peak over and over again with complete consistency that doTERRA provides. So that's really important. For those of you who have your samples in front of you, I want you to get out your peppermint goodie, your little peppermint. So now these are what we call Dram Samples. It's a great way for me to provide a product to my patients, who have a child that's suffering or they're having headaches themselves. And the nice thing about these little drams is they're very self-contained. When you use them, you flip them upside down and you tap it. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so I want you to just tap 1 drop, if you can, 1 drop into the palm of your hand. And you don't want to get this in your eye. It's not going to hurt your eye, but it might hurt. So you're going to rub it together, make a little bit of friction, and then just breathe in. I'm sitting outside with all this pollen, so believe me, this is feeling really good right now. The other thing you can do is make a little funnel. Put your hand flat and cup it, and then inhale through your mouth. And you can just feel it opening everything up. I often just go like that over my hair, and it holds on to my hair follicles. And then after all of that, if you have a little in the house, Dr. Ashley, you can rub it on the bottom of the baby, because there's enough there that it will also provide a benefit for your child. Or I go straight down the spine of my puppy dog, and we have no fleas and no ticks. So energizing, yes, definitely energizing. It promotes clear breathing, it cools the body, and it relieves head tension. I have a lot of patients that put a drop on their hands and they rub it behind their neck, and they sleep through the night. They're not struggling with their hot flashes all night long. I, thank you, Lord, don't have those anymore. I'm past that phase, but it is not fun, let me tell you. So they're safe. They're also effective. More effective than modern approaches sometimes. And now, again, this is something to be used in conjunction to what you're using per your physician's recommendations. We do both. You know, if you're on a regimen with your medical doctor and you're having your lab work checked regularly, by all means, this is something that is adjunctive. You use it in, in coordination with. Definitely don't replace any medicines. But the oil because it's an oily base, it more readily permeates the cell membrane. The cell membrane is actually of oil consistency, and that's why it's able to permeate. We use something in our home called On Guard. On Guard is everywhere. When this craziness started a year ago, people were going into the doTERRA back office and literally buying all the On Guard products that they could get their hands onto. We call it the immunity blend. It promotes healthy functions of your immunity. It soothes a sore throat. It's cleansing for home and hands. I use this to clean my house. I use this to sanitize my hands. This is going to be one of my goodie prizes. Dr. Huber, I think I gave you one of these. This is a little spray bottle. You've got DJ's name. I snagged it out of his book bag, his backpack. And you just spray it, and that's what we use to sanitize our hands. It's got clove and cinnamon, wild orange. It is 99.99% effective. And there are studies, if anybody's interested. Dr. Hooper's going to put my cell phone number in the chat. I welcome questions. I can forward to you amazing research. There is so much data to support this. We have some hospitals out in the West Coast that are actually dropping beads of saturated or filled with the On Guard into the cavity when they're doing their joint replacement, and they have almost zero post-operative infection rates. It's just incredible. But I digress. The next thing we want to talk about is they're affordable. So they're often more affordable than traditional medical care because you don't have to take off work. You're not going to be paying your copay. It doesn't affect your deductible. We do use this as a chiropractor. I was doing a lot of natural products to begin with, but my son would be sick a lot. DJ was immunocompromised in utero. I had a fall. And then he was also immunocompromised as a child. It just was an unhealthy atmosphere that we were living in. And he was very, very smart. As I said, he wasn't ambulating safely. He wasn't talking. He also was sick a lot. My daughter, Christina Marie, was never sick. Thank you, knock wood. She would get a fever. She would burn a fever for 4 or 5 hours, fall asleep for 8 hours, wake up, and she'd be fine. DJ, on the other hand, would probably pick up the same bug, and he would be sick a week. In 7th grade, he missed 28 days of school. And it was never really a big deal academically. He would come back and still get 110 on everything. But we knew it was healthy for him. It wasn't good for him. And by all means, by the time you get into high school, of course, the course content is so much more regimented. You can't miss a week of school and then come back and pick up, right? So we really knew we had to find something. And I mean, we were doing it all. We were, you name it, we were doing it. But he just couldn't maintain his health. So I introduced just 2 products into our world. Again, totally listening to the prompting of the Holy Spirit. On Guard was one of them. And we started rubbing this on the bottom of his feet, diluted down, as I said, because he was younger. This was 4 years ago. And he's 17 now, 4 or 5 years ago. We put this on every single night, and we put a diffuser in his room, and we would have the On Guard and Breathe, which we'll talk about soon. And he went from 28 sick days in 7th grade to 0 sick days in 8th grade. Nothing else was changed. We're big water drinkers. We eat relatively healthy. That was it. It was these 2 products that just changed things for him. So On Guard is a great product to have in your medicine cabinet. And getting back to the affordable component, we weren't running to the doctor all the time. I wasn't taking off work. He was actually able to go to school. I mean, how wonderful for him, right? Lavender is one of the reasons that a lot of people start using essential oils in their home. It's great for calming the mind. It's really good for soothing the skin. And believe it or not, it has some antihistamine effects. We had somebody the other day that got a really bad sunburn, believe it or not, and just a couple drops of this diluted on the skin, and by the next day, things had subsided. So I can't see a chat, but if anyone wants to take themselves off mute, if anybody wants to chime in, I'm going to be giving away a few prizes at the end of class. If anybody wants to unmute themselves and tell me, wait, I gotta move on. What are the 3 really cool things about essential oils? Does anybody remember the 3 things? Anybody want to say hello? Can they unmute themselves, Dr. Hooper?
If anyone wants to, just raise your hand and I can unmute you.
Anybody remember the 3 really cool things about essential oils?
Okay, we have one right here. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, let me try that again.
I know. Everybody?
No, I got 2. Hold on. This is not.
Don't worry. I'm going to leave this slide up though, because it's very detailed and we can start looking at it a while.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Good.
Okay.
Perfect.
So I think we can unmute ourselves.
Okay.
But I wasn't first. Somebody else was first.
It was Patel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
So do you just want me to tell you one and then we could have the others say the others?
Sure.
Nope. I want you to tell me all 3.
Oh, she wants
We'll
all
do
3.
more.
All
We'll
right.
do more. We'll do more.
All
We got
right.
lots.
It's safe, effective, and affordable.
Yay! Very good. So I'm going to put you down. You're number 1. All right. So we're going to talk about essential oils. Thank you, by the way. Am I saying your name correctly, Hatal?
It's Hatal.
Hatal. And we were chatting. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Are you the young lady that's is in Pennsylvania?
No, I'm in Ohio.
Okay. I went to Duquesne University. Are you far from there, Pittsburgh?
Where I want to say maybe 3 hours from Pittsburgh.
Well, thank you. Yes.
You're welcome.
So essential oils are and synergy inside of cells. This I could lecture. I can talk to you guys about this for 45 minutes. I just find this fascinating. It talks about the different, types of the cell, parts of the cell, and how things attach. I am not going to do that just because I'm watching my time. I tend to get very passionate and I sometimes talk too much. But the bottom line is the oils very easily penetrate into the cell and therefore it can stop the replication of possibly viruses and other invading particles, okay? So now I want to talk to you about why doTERRA essential oils. There are 3 ways to use, and again, only essential oils from doTERRA are going to incorporate all 3 of these ways. Aromatic is first. You can diffuse it, you can inhale it, it will change your mood. I use this in the clinic. I wear these great beads. They're actually from cedarwood, right? Some of them they're from Jerusalem. It's really amazing. And I rub the oils on there. So when I actually am working on my patients, they're having the calming and soothing effect as well. It's really good in supporting the respiratory system. Again, we talked about the breathe. You can even open up one of those samples that I sent you and you can put it under your nose and you will smell that. As a matter of fact, I'll do that with you. I'm not going to use something, you guys might not have this, but we have this amazing, how many of you love jasmine? I have something called jasmine. Can I just tell you, this is like vacation in a little roller bottle. I take this to my Epsom salt bath, and this is just my, I really do need beach. I'm not kidding. When you turned on your screen, I saw out your window, but this is pretty good. So I'm going to take it, and I'm going to smell it, and as you can see, it has a stainless steel roller bottle. This is what we call a touch. And it's an applicator that's already with fractionated coconut oil, so it's already with carrier oil, and you would simply rub it on your pulse points, I usually rub it on the back of my ear, call that C1, very grounding. And then I always go over my heart and I thank you, Lord, that I am healthy and I am whole and I am healed. So that's my aromatherapy. The second way is topical, which I just showed you. So it's great, again, for local benefits. And one of the things that I use a lot in my practice, let me see if I can quick find it, is something called Deep Blue. Deep Blue comes in a variety of ways. And I know we have quite a few patients that just, they like live on this. So for 20 some years, I was distributing, selling, and promoting something called BioFreeze. And I found it to be very helpful, but I knew it was toxic because remember, I used to work in a lab. So I know it goes in a lot of these products. I know it goes into Pantene. My goodness, what goes in our toothpaste? You know, there are things in there that are just not good for us. As a matter of fact, studies are showing that most women leave the house and they have already put on over 100 different toxins into their system or on their body between shampoo, conditioner, soap, moisturizer, makeup. Deep Blue Rub is a great topical additive. It has wintergreen. It has like 6 different items in there, and it's really good for anti-inflammation and for pain. I wanted to get you guys a little sample. I don't know if I got to put that in there or not. A lot of our samples were on back order, but really great product, great way to use topical. So we have aromatic, we have topical, and we have internal. Now this, again, is only for doTERRA because of our extensive testing protocols, okay? People say to me all the time, oh my gosh, you can't have oils, people get sick. Yes, people do get sick, but they're not coming from doTERRA. It's just like I used to hear all the time. I'm from a very medically oriented family, a lot of medical doctors, RNs, I think we have a DO, my cousin. You know, chiropractors we have our own forte, we have our own specialty. You know, I spent 4 years post being a chemist, you know, studying chemistry for 4 years. But a lot of the injuries and traumas that people were hearing about chiropractic really were from people manipulating someone else and they weren't licensed, accredited chiropractors. Same thing with doTERRA. People are using oils that they pick up at CVS or Walmart or Trader Joe's. They are not pure. There's often synthetics and just really like not good situations. I've seen it. I've seen horrible skin irritations. Please, 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 I'm begging you, if anybody that you know is buying their oils over the counter, encourage them to not do that. Seriously, just plain fractionated coconut oil would probably be better. We can do this internally. I put it in my water. I recycle all my glass jars. Our oil is so pure and potent that you can't put it in plastic because it will actually leach the inside of the plastic. And you don't want to do styrofoam unless you want to do a really cool science experiment. Then you get a styrofoam cup and you put a couple drops of the essential oil like wild orange or lime, and you literally just watch it disintegrate. It's pretty cool. So if you have a glass jar, you can put a drop or two. I love the grapefruit oil. You guys, the ones that received it, you got a sample of the lemon. And again, when you take out your lemon oil and you put it in your water, you're going to open up that little cap and you're just going to tap it with your finger. Now, why do we want to put citric oil in our water? Because it has a chemical constituent named linolene, and that is something that helps boost glutathione production in our body. And the really cool thing is they just came out with a new study and they found, yes, lemon is very good. Yes, grapefruit is really good. And lime is actually really high in this chemical constituent, but you want to know, who can guess? If anybody can guess which citric fruit is the highest in this incredible glutathione boosting component, I will send you a free one of these little hand sanitizers because this just blew my mind. If anybody can figure this out. So the question is, can anybody tell me, guess which citrus fruit is highest in this healing component? Anybody?
Lemon.
Good answer, but no. 3 years ago, we thought it was lemon, and I started by using lemon. And lemon's excellent, but they just uncovered this new study. One of the colleges out west ran it. Do you know what was that, Stacy? I'm going to put your name down because I love the fact that you participated. I'm going to tell you.
I didn't hear
Wild
you.
orange.
Wild orange is also really good, but you're really close. Really
All right.
close.
Grapefruit.
Grapefruit's excellent. It's really, and that's what I love my grapefruit. One more guess. Clementines. No, tangerines. Tangerines. It's also good for brain fog. Tangerines. Who would have thought? I mean, tangerines was that fruit that always came in my lunch when I was in grade school, right? Miss Peyroux, we always packed a lunch when we went to St. Catherine's. But tangerine is so high in this chemical constituent that there's just showing just a great boost for anybody that's suffering with adrenal fatigue. It's just so good for our immunity. So you can put a drop in your water. You can put it under your tongue. No joke. Every morning I wake up and I put 2 drops of frankincense under my tongue. And I put 2 drops of Copaiba under my tongue. What is Copaiba? I'll tell you later. It's awesome. But you can actually use doTERRA products internally. Now, how do you know if you can use it internally? Good question. When you look at the doTERRA product, you are going to look at the bottle. Here's my peppermint. And if you roll around, now you're not going to have it on that little Dram that I sent y'all, but if you look at a regular bottle, on the side, it's going to say something that says supplemental facts, like any other supplement, right? It says supplemental facts. What's in here? Peppermint. That's it. Just peppermint, right? If it doesn't say supplemental facts, don't use it internally. For instance, this is one of my favorites, Dr. Hooper. I talked to you guys about this. I know, Ashley, you know all about it. This is called Digest Zen. And it isn't that it's toxic or it's not good for us. It's that it comes from a plant part that humans cannot ingest. Okay. This is something that I rub on my tummy. I do it every morning. I do it every night because I tend to get intestinal issues. As we age, we lose our enzymatic capability. Our enzymes are not as productive. So we need to help with the peristalsis. We need to help that whole situation. So who can tell me 3 ways to use essential oils? Anybody want to shout out? Should I give you a drum roll?
Diffuse them.
That's 1.
Mhm.
Aromatic.
Topically.
Okay.
Internal.
Okay, so I need to know those 3. I'm just going to break you guys up. I need to know names for my little drawings.
Liz.
Thank you, Liz. Anybody else?
Keiko.
Stacy
Yep.
again.
That was Stacy again, and also Patel.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is the lemon. We were just talking about this. And as you can see, we do have a key there. ATI, aromatic, topical, and internal. It's a great cleanser for your body. It's a great cleanser for your home. And there's that, you can tell the font's different. We just had to add tangerine has more limonene than lemon. This is an amazing discovery. And oh no, we're having deer, which means my dog's gonna really bark in a minute. So after DJ's incredible change in his health, and we noticed such an incredible boost in his immunity, I started playing around with the doTERRA products. I had been taking a lot of pharmaceutical quality supplements, and I stopped taking everything for about 4 weeks, and then I added lemon oil into my water, and I added our Herazyme. It's a digestive enzymatic aid. And I did that for 2 months, and I lost 24 pounds. And y'all, I honestly didn't think I had 24 pounds to lose. I've been blessed with a wonderful metabolism from my family. I never really had a struggle with weight, even when I was pregnant with both of my children. But little by little, my digestive system was not functioning. And after my head-on collision on I-75, I had been pumped with so much morphine at the hospital ER that I did not go to the bathroom. I didn't have the bowel movement for 11 days. I mean, just everything was, I was crushed. I was trapped inside a Chevy Suburban. The car was totaled. The Chevy Tahoe that hit us was totaled. I mean, it was not pretty. And it reaped so much havoc on my system that I developed active colitis. And I went down to, I think, 95 pounds. And I just couldn't eat anything. I was so sick all the time. And then when I finally could start eating, I went up to 160 pounds. I didn't even weigh over 150 pounds with my pregnancies. So my gut was just destroyed from all of adding the lemon to my water every day, many times a day, taking the enzymes that we'll talk about in a little bit is what started healing my body. Frankincense, I talked about frankincense. I'm gonna buzz through here, you guys, because I feel like I'm losing you and I just want you guys to stay with me. Frankincense promotes calm feelings. It's amazing for anti-aging, helps cells perform optimally. It was given to Jesus actual gold. And then the other oil was myrrh. We use myrrh in our home all the time. It's amazing for gums. It's incredible. My mother, she said, I can tell you this, she's not blessed with the incredible teeth that I got, must have gotten them from my daddy. She has a lot of issues. She's had to have, gum grafting and just you name it, God bless her. She's been using frankincense and myrrh on her gums, and the swelling is gone, the inflammation is gone. It's just so beneficial. Frankincense is the king of oils, and people say, if you don't know what to use, get your frank out and use that. Really, really helpful. So let me see if I can get all this stuff out of the way, because I want to talk about these. These are 3 of the products that I would never do without. The one on the upper corner on the right is TerraZyme. That's the product that I told you I started using that I felt really started to clean up my gut. It supports healthy digestion and metabolism. It promotes GI, and it just takes care of when you're eating your favorite foods and you shouldn't. If you take this before, during, or after, you will not suffer the incredible bloating and swelling, and your body will be better able to digest. It speeds the conversion of nutrients to a cellular energy. And we have different kind of enzymes in our body. We have digestive enzymes and we have metabolic enzymes. If we eat late or we eat foods that we really shouldn't eat, our body's trying to produce those digestive enzymes, right? But as you get older, it's not as easy for your body to do that. So now we're not producing metabolic enzymes like at all. And that's why we're tired and we're sluggish. And that just adds on to the adrenal fatigue. That adds on to all the other issues that we're already starting. It's like stacking a pile of books. Eventually that pile is those books are gonna crash down. So that's a really great product. Digest Zen, that's the one I talked to you about. It relieves an upset stomach. It's great for motion sickness. I do not fly well because my daddy went down in a big airplane. I have my whole life struggled with flying. I put this on my stomach. I inhale it. I have it on my beads. I have a little diffuser on my necklace. It has something called Fennel. It smells to me like black licorice. I don't know if y'all ever heard of those little candies called Ben-Hur. We used to get them at the farmer's market. They're amazing. This helps so many people that are struggling with digestive issues, and it also does help promote some weight loss. We have an amazing probiotic. It's double encapsulated. It promotes a balance of reproduction and a pre and a probiotic. It supports metabolism and absorption of food. This is a really good product to incorporate, and we take one every night. I talked to you guys already about Deep Blue. It's great for head tension. This is the other product that we incorporated for DJ. It's for lungs and sinuses. If you have someone that snores in your home, put a couple drops of this on the bottom of the foot. The foot has the largest pores in the body, so it readily absorbs. You also want to concentrate on the bottom of the big toes because that has to do with the head. And I promise you, you can fall asleep before the snoring starts if they put this on the bottom of their feet. I should give a prize to anybody that deals with somebody that snores, huh? So I want to share this with you. This is from a very dear friend and colleague. She is Dr. Lisa Ma. She's of Chinese descent and she practices out west, and she, as she says, she is in the hood. And she came up with this. This is called the nuclear bomb. And I think I missed over it before, but we do something called digestive capsules, and they're literally just empty gel caps. And you can put the oils into the gel cap and you make your own capsules, right? I thought I had a bottle here, but I don't. So we put together several drops into a roller bottle like this one that I showed you, and these are all the products that I incorporate. And I'm going to do a prize drawing. I'm going to add this nuclear bomb. I'm going to do a flute: frankincense, lemon, lavender, on guard, oregano, and TerraZyme. And you're going to be blown away. If you rub this on the bottom of your feet, we have not had a cough, a cold. We have been healthy for literally 3 years. And if we get sick, it literally lasts like maybe one day. Melaleuca is also known as tea tree. This is actually the arm of one of the doctors in our group out west. This is her reaction after her second shot. And she put the Melaleuca on there, and by the next morning, it was totally gone. Tea tree is good for acne, allergies, athlete's foot, candida, earache. Rub it on the outside of the ear for the children who get chronic ear infections, down the side of the neck. Again, there's dilution ratios. If you're working with children, please, I don't know if I included that in your little goodie bag, but it is safe to use our oils. You just want to make sure they're very, very dilute if you're working with someone of an older age and they might have skin sensitivities, or young children. This I want to make sure I talk to you guys about. This is called Copaiba. It's BCP. It has the beta carotenoid. It's not CBD, but it is a cannabinoid. It's a plant that grows in Brazil, and it soothes aches and pains. This is what I put on my puppy's paw this morning when I realized that he ripped away one of his nails. It really calms the nervous system. It settles. It's a great pain reliever. Some people call this poor man's frankincense. It also comes in a gel cap. This was very, very beneficial in our home. DJ takes the gel cap, and it is one of the oils that I put under my tongue. It's very good at calming the nervous system. It's very good for pain. And it works on different brain receptors, so it doesn't have like hallucinogen. There's no THC, there's no CBD, there's no hallucinogenic effects, no failing of the blood tests or anything like that. Really good product to have on hand. Adaptive is amazing. I talk to Dr. Hooper about this all the time. This is great for nervous energy. I have so many children that are really struggling with depression. You know, this homeschooling, I can't even go there, I'll cry. It's horrible. I lost a family member. He was a month shy of 30. And I'm going to tell you something. It will always be my greatest regret that I didn't reach out to him, because so many times I thought of him and I just didn't think it would be received. I thought my aunt and my uncle would kill me. But let me tell you something. These work. All you have to do is inhale them. We put a drop of this on the crown chakra. And I'm not kidding you. I personally, I don't like to do these things. It makes me nervous. But I can feel my nervous energy just calming down. It comes in a supplement form that actually has GABA. I mean, it's the real deal. I mean, we have slides where they take blood samples and they look at it under a microscope, and then they drop the oil, and you just watch how the blood changes. I mean, when you breathe these oils, it goes right into the olfactory bulb. It goes to the amygdala in the brain. And they say within like 60 seconds, it's permeating everything. Within 20 minutes, it's in every cell of your body. And the change is just crazy. I even use it for my dog. By the way, my 83-year-old mother is down here, and she is a walking testimony of doTERRA. I tried to get her to come on here, especially since you're here, Ms. Peyroux, but she said no, she's camera shy. She won't do it. Want to feel awesome? We have supplements. This is called the Lifelong Vitality Pack. I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't tell you. I have given up all of the other pharmaceutical quality over-the-counter, like really expensive products that I had been using, not only with DJ, but with all of us. And this is what I use. It's got Microplex, VMX. It's food. It's the vitamins. It's the minerals. We have Alpha CRX. It's got cellular energy promotion. We've got the XE omegas. We've got the 3, 6, and 9 fatty acids. DJ had bilateral corneal abrasion, right, Dr. Hoop? We just didn't know what happened. So I pumped up on the XE omegas. He started taking a double dose, and that's just about gone. It took him to have his eye checked, and they said everything's fine now. This comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. I know y'all wanted to know about oils, but there are oils in these products. It's a whole box, and this is something that I promise you will change your life. It's called the Lifelong Vitality Pack, and everybody that I've introduced this to, I say, give me 3 months. And I promise you, you'll feel so much better. And incorporate the probiotic and the enzymes. Not one person has come back and said this doesn't work. As a matter of fact, they're like, blessing their family and passing it on to other people. We also have a whole nutrition collection that involves the protein shakes, greens, and fiber. So it's all whole food ingredients. There's no added sugars. Everything is gluten-free. It's certified, it's pure. We do have oils in these products. They're formulated. They're so scientifically sound. I could talk about these for an hour. I hate protein shakes. I think they taste like chalk. I don't care how much you try to doctor it up and how much fruit and sugar you put in. It's just difficult. really good for digestive ends, promoting if I do one for a meal replacement, and I feel so much better. But we have chocolate, we have vanilla, we have a whey. So there's 3 different ways that you can get doTERRA. I'm sorry, I know I'm crashing in here. Is everybody still with me? Wave your hands if I didn't lose you. Hi, Elizabeth. I think Sue might still be here, my BFF, my new BFF. The really cool thing about doTERRA is it's a community, you guys. I have friends from all over the globe. Canada, Hawaii now. I won an incentive trip to Hawaii, and I met all these great people from China. We help each other. We support each other. Don't buy any of these things retail. It's foolish, and it's a waste of your money. Get a wholesale account. It's like getting a Costco membership, okay? And you can get everything at 25% discount. You can buy every day. You can get gas once a week. You can get your products once a month. You can use it however you want to use it. I promise you, you will be blessed beyond all belief. The resources that we have, the literature, the scientific proof. Did you know that we are participating in a program called Meridian Wellness, Meridian Healthcare? We have already opened 3 hospitals, tier 1 hospitals in the country. We were charted to open 30, and Atlanta was going to be home to 1 before this lockdown started. Seriously, they're looking for nurse practitioners that believe in holistic approaches coupled with medical involvement. They're looking for chiropractors. They're looking for massage therapists. This is an amazing opportunity. We want to fix our broken healthcare system. Then there's another way. You can get it wholesale plus free, and that's working with me. Come on board with us. I promise you, you will be blessed. We do online continuing education several times every day, and I will work with you. You get me, we get counseling. Not that you guys need it, you can probably counsel me on some of these products, but like I said, it's a tribe, and it's just amazing. So these are the different kits. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on here. I offer you the opportunity if you want to text me, Dr. Hooper, if you could put in the chat, text me your cell phone number. I'm involved in a leadership program called Diamond Club. So if you decide that you want to partner with us and you want to sign up and get your own membership, and we work together moving forward to help change your world, your families, and those of the people that you're caring for, the children that you're caring for, this is a mission. You also get more free products. You get a free citrus bliss, which is very, very good. It's a combination of many different citrus oils. And depending on what you buy, you can even get a free adaptive, which is an incredible value. Everybody should have one of these in their home. This is the group of medical practitioners that I am involved with. It's called Wong Way Life, because the 2 of them, their last name is Wong. And as you can see, we've got classes several times a day, every day. And this is our calendar for May. I mean, we are constantly helping people, educate people. We answer questions, we provide support. So there are 3 types of people in the world. There are people who want to live the wellness lifestyle, and they just want to learn about oils, and they want to incorporate them into their home little by little, and I welcome that opportunity. I would love to be the one that partners with you. And then there are people who have started using these products, like Ashley, like Dr. Hooper. You guys have already seen the benefit. You share some of these with your loved ones, and my goal is to help people get their products paid for. I mean, how great would it be if we're decreasing our out-of-pocket expenses to care for ourselves and our family, and we get them for free? And then there's the third way. There are people like me. After doing this for about a year, I got a 1099 in the mail, and I had no idea what I was doing or what the business was all about, but my 1099 was for almost $8,000. And it was at that point that I thought, maybe there's something to this. So it can be a side gig. I have a lot of people whose husbands have lost their job. I have people whose practices, the office my husband was working with, they closed down. They just didn't make it through these crazy days. There are a lot of people in your job profession that are making this a very viable way to support their families. And I would love to tell you more about that. If you are open and interested, I'm here. So the joy of sharing oils. Why doTERRA? It's the largest essential oil company in the world. It's the most trusted, and we're used by doctors and hospitals worldwide. Ethically, sustainably sourced. We partner with these farmers, okay? We go in there and we're changing lives. We've built schools and hospitals. I've gone to some of these places. We went to Hawaii, and we're part of the largest reforestation project in the world ever, because the Hawaiian sandalwood crop was almost completely wiped off the face of the earth because These brokers go in there and they just strip the land. They don't care that they're like cutting everything down and we may never have jasmine plants ever again. You know, it's all about profit. We have stepped in, we have proprietary agreements. We are empowering these farmers to be part of the process. We've cut out those brokers. We've cut out those leeches. I mean, they're just not good people. I've had somebody say to me that they don't buy doTERRA because it's expensive, because it's a multi-level marketing business. I used to think that. Now I realize the reason why we pay what we pay is because our product is so much more pure. You don't need half as much as you're using with other products, number one. And number two, we are paying these farmers an appropriate exchange for their service. We are taking generational old, like 5th generation farmers that have lived in poverty beyond our belief. And we have empowered them with schools and cement floors and healthcare. I was hoping one of my partners would hop on here. Farah is a doula from Alaska, and she just got back from Haiti. And they've partnered with a mother-baby unit down there. Like I forget the name of it, but these women walk 5 miles after their water breaks to deliver their babe. Can you imagine? I mean, there's just not enough resources. So we have 120 plus markets open worldwide. Our compensation plan is genius. I'm telling you, it's built, it's privately owned, so nobody tells us what to do. No bank is involved. The retention rate is higher. That's actually an outdated percentage. The retention rate of our loyalty, the customers that keep coming back, is almost 78%. That's huge. Anybody that's in business knows retention, 78% is off the chart. It's privately owned. They are godly, grounded people, and they want to make this world a better place. It's an incredible partnership, and there's even a way to incorporate a debt-free plan. This is Team Unum. Unum means one, and that's just part of our little tribe that I work with. And you guys would be available to come into all these groups. It's just an incredible group of people. We are changing the world. Questions you might have. How do I make money? I'm not going to get into that. I know I should, but that's not why we're here. You want to sample. You want to have your aha moment. I don't ever let anybody do the business with me in the first couple weeks. I used to do 3 months. I want you to be a product of the product. I know with all my heart that this is something that's going to help change your world and the people that you love. The income potential is amazing. I honestly, if anybody wants to go over this with me privately, I welcome that opportunity. So it doesn't take a lot of time. It doesn't take a lot of hours. A lot of people that own their own practices have their CA or their office manager involved. That's what I did. And then they were able to help educate the patients. We do workshops. We do a workshop once a month. For those of you who are nearby, I do travel. I used to go up all the way up into Pennsylvania. And then I would go to New York, New Jersey, Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, and then Georgia, and come back around. That all stopped last year. I literally was grounded for 8 weeks in Pennsylvania. But I am on a mission, and I have been called. And out of a place of obedience, I am doing this. And I would love for you guys, if if I can come meet with you or your group, I'd love to do that. So if you already have a wholesale account, use it. If you already have somebody that you know and love that is aligned with doTERRA, get with them and work with them. Okay, I'm not here to mess up family or grade school relationships. Okay, but if you want to have a wholesale account, just text me right now. Dr. Hooper's going to put my thing in the link in the chat, if you don't mind.
Yes, I put it in there earlier, so hopefully the audience has it too.
We have something called the King of Flowers. This is jasmine. I talked to you about this before. This is a tiny sample of how the company gives back, and they're just always giving us free products. So the only thing keeping you from what you want, what is your story? The only thing that's keeping you from what you want is your story about why you can't have it. I went through Hurricane Katrina. I married a New Orleans boy. We were living in Slidell, Louisiana. I had just had DJ. I was 41 years old and far from my family. I was told he was going to die. I was told he wasn't going to walk. Then we went through Katrina. And then I was a refugee. And for the first half of my life, I was that poor girl that never had a daddy because he was killed in a plane crash. That is not my story. My story is I am an empowered, God-given child who is going to make this a better place. This is an incredibly hurting world, guys. And if we can stand together and we can partner in one small way, we can make a change. Why is this here? That should have been earlier. I'm sorry. So the greens, can I just tell you, if I can get my 17-year-old son to have these greens, they've got to be great. They're so good. They taste great. They have like a berry mix. Oh, and they also have ginger, which, by the way, everybody should have because it's so healing. So this is a little keychain sample. I think I gave you guys one of these, and I will fill this. If you want to teach a class, I know this is your professional group, and I am very grateful and humbled that you allowed me to meet with you guys today and to talk to you. But if you would like to host a class with me, I would welcome that opportunity. I'll send you one of these little, it's a keychain, it zips up, it's pretty cool. And for every person that comes on, I'll fill it with a little sample for you. This is called my first aid kit. So I used to travel with all kinds of stuff because, by the way, I had a special need child, but now I just travel with this. And this is everything I need from, oh, I got a cut and I need to cauterize something. I got a bug bite, whatever, it's all right there. This is something that we actually used to go through where we told people how much money you could save. This is just to let you guys know that we do have a whey protein powder. It's chocolate and vanilla. Excellent, by the way. And we have a fiber. These are all relatively new. So raffle time. So text me. Text me what was your favorite part of this presentation. And I'm always open for advice. Be kind. You can't be mean. You can be, but won't get you anywhere.
I'll put her number in the chat once again.
So, and type your name. I know who invited you. If you're open and you want me to call you, I can call you tonight and I'll take you into my back office and I can get you guys started with a kit that will suit your needs and your agenda and your budget. You know, I'm all about budget. Did I mention I went through Hurricane Katrina? We went 2 years without an income after we relocated to Georgia. So I know budget. And for those of you who have children in the spectrum, you know, there's just always a therapy that needs to happen. So what can you expect? You're going to get a welcome pack from me. You're going to get personal consultation from me for a year. You're going to be invited into all these great education groups. We are big on Facebook as well as, what's the new one? This one off my head. But it's an ongoing support system. This is one that a lot of people start with because it's got 10 of the great oils and it's got a little diffuser. Price point is not bad. It's very affordable. It's $160. And you also get a couple free oils because I am using the Diamond Club code. And this is a brand new one. This has to do with the emotions, you guys. And they put this one together because it contains a lot of proprietary blends that physicians have seen really good results for people who are struggling with the viruses that are going around these days. It's a brand new kit. It's put together. It's an affordable point, and it comes with an amazing diffuser. And this is a couple of ladies on board right now started with this kit. It's called the Home Essentials Kit. Those 10 things in there right now, we've covered all of them. And that diffuser will go, I think, for 12 hours. It's very quiet. It has a night light or not. I didn't even talk about balance, which I think every child should have in their world. It's called a grounding blend, and it really just helps us stay connected with Mother Earth. Again, if you want to get involved into the supplements, I can put you in a program like this. The neat thing about starting with these bundles and these starter kits, you don't pay the $35 enrollment fee. That is waived, and I think that's pretty awesome. This is our May promotion. For you two beautiful ladies, 3 of you I think have your own account already. If you place your order before the 15th of the month, that's where the Clementine came in my mind. You get a free Clementine. And then there's a great bundle that's on sale. This is a great Mother's Day gift. By the way, I buy all of my Christmas presents with the points that I earn. For the last 3 Christmases, no lie, I spent a total of $3 on all my Christmas shopping because I just used the points that had accrued. The company really tries very hard to make this a system that is that you can integrate into your world. I just wanted to show you a few of the physicians that work with us. Dr. Linda is a neonatal genius. And Dr. Lou is an infectious disease and internal medicine physician. She and Dr. Ma, who's one of my new BFFs, I don't know where her picture is, they came up with something called NAC Pro Plus, which has 24 different ingredients, has nothing to do with doTERRA, but it will change your world. And if anybody wants information about that, I'm more than happy to pass that on to you. Dr. Penny's a dentist. Dr. Peter is just one of the most kindest human beings. Like, he's the bookend to my son, DJ. He's an oral surgeon. Dr. Mark is an orthodontist. If anybody is interested in this, shoot me a text. This is something that they have incorporated in their protocols. So they're in ERs, they manage nursing homes out in San Diego. They incorporate a lot of these products into their patients' protocols, their in-house patients, assisted living facilities, to try to void off any of the current threats right now. And then there's also one that has to do with COVID recovery. So try not to say that word. Could you tell I did really good? I'm almost, how many minutes in? 58 minutes in, and I finally said it. But there are protocols here if anybody's interested. This is in no way saying that you shouldn't wear your masks. You shouldn't get your vaccine. If that's what you need to do, you need to get your vaccines. This is just something that's going to further support your immune system. And I think that is it. So, whew, anybody else feel like they just drank out of a fire hose? Anyway, hi,
Excellent,
Margaret.
excellent. Thank you so much, Dr. Peyroux, for that.
Oh, I love
Very,
you.
very informative.
I'm sorry. I tried so hard. Look at my timer is about to go off.
No, that was perfect.
Great. So, any
yeah,
questions? Anybody?
let's see. Yep, I don't see any questions right now. I did post your cell number, and everyone, she's very happy to take text messages. She does return phone calls. She will call you anytime at night, whatever is convenient for you. So you have her phone number. You can stay in contact with her and ask her any questions. And I'm going to turn this over to Jenny. Thank you all for attending. Thank you,